Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Chris. It's been a while since I've done that intro. So I know that a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, probably no one, but um, I wanted to do something real quick, because I felt like it would be, I guess maybe not necessary, but just to kind of put it out there, for people who are curious and wondering what the hell's going on, in my life and where all the videos are. I've already kind of talked about this a bit, but the video that I did talk about it in has now since been privatized, and I'll talk about that in a second as to why that's the case. But um, a lot of things have been happening, with me, in terms of my future is. I just graduated from college and am now working a part-time job, um, at a place that I'm very happy to be working at. I'm really excited to be there, and I look forward to hopefully at some point getting further into the company, hopefully maybe becoming a full-time employee. We'll see, but it's a good start, and it's where I want to be at the moment. But obviously, with that and just general, I don't know, exhaustion. There you go. That's the word. Of after 3 solid years of filming, that I've just kind of hit a point where I just have lost complete interest. Um, and I get that's a kind of a shame because um it's actually even more than that. It's well, it was 3 straight years, and then there was a little bit more. There's the period of time in the fall where I kind of was. I was trying to put out videos. I put out a ton of the podcast and stuff. Um, but yeah, that was not that was probably the only main thing that was staying consistent. Um, and we did want to do the hotshot golf for a while, and that I think that just kind of fell through because you know it's just a point where you do something over and over again, and I addressed this in the other vlog, but again that got privatized. But there's a time where you do things over and over again that it just gets annoying. You just don't want to do it anymore, so you give up, and for the sake of the matter, will I ever return to it? Who knows? Will I ever return to playing video games generally? Who knows? I don't know. But I will say this. For anyone that's curious right now, what's going to be happening with this, let me tell you right now what's going to happen. It's not probably going to be a straight answer. I'm going to be, um, and this is for whoever comes across my channel, who's ever curious, was interested in videos or not. At this point, is whatever. At this point, I'm not making a single dime from YouTube. Was not really doing so anyway, and I do not plan on trying to pursue it probably at this point. It was a fun ride, for as long as it lasted between YouTube and Twitch, from from early or from late high school all the way through college, wanting to do it and really wanting to see how far I can make it. Just didn't work out for me, and there's many factors that include things I could have done better, and just the nature of the beast, the nature of the business, which is just very difficult to get into. So all that being factored in, I'm not surprised that I didn't make any headway in it, and especially with having to transfer my channels and stuff, just it didn't work out, and that's totally fine. But I always said after that I always wanted to just do it for fun until I didn't find it fun anymore. Well, that kind of reached that point. Um, but there's few things that I still want to do on this channel that I would still be excited about doing. Um, and I'm sure that down the line there might be a time where I really want to get back into it, and I'll start putting out videos again. That's totally fine. But there's things that are going to be different, and I want to just make it clear right now where I stand. So, first of all, the things that you can still expect from this channel if anything, is going to be the podcasts, and those are going to probably start back up in the fall. Myself and Go Cubs, who's also just graduated, who's also having, he's pursuing life as it is right now. He has a a lot of things on his plate. As probably will I once the fall starts. Barring whatever happens with my job. But we want to kind of we want to film the podcast still. We want to still do football stuff because we just enjoy it so much. He's really getting into the fantasy aspect of it, and I think that it would be a lot of fun for him to get, some time to talk about more time to not necessarily talk about just his fantasy team, but just fantasy in general, because I think it could be fun to have that kind of analysis on there, which we didn't really have. We talked about it, but not really in depthly or in a way that could benefit other people who would watch it. We'd love to improve on the podcast as well, just to see how far it could go. I think there's a lot of ways we could go about it. So we'll see how it goes. I really want to do it. Still though, another thing that I want to think about bringing back, and it's too late now necessarily, but we could, as a countdown to the kickoff of the season, I wanted to do a Madden Let's Play. And the reason why I couldn't do it now, I would have actually done it. That would have been maybe one of the only series that would be going on this channel right now, is the Madden, the Madden season videos. I forget what you even call it. It's like a season with the so-and-so. It's kind of like the Hard Knocks series, but only a really shitty video game player plays a Madden on like handicap mode for essentially. But I always enjoyed doing those series because, again, it combined the two things that I very much love right now, which is football and video games. And would love to continue doing that. I don't have a team in mind, but I think it will be an interesting take to film the videos and film it heading towards the start of the season. It could be an everyday video that I put out. It could be a just, one at a time video. But I definitely want to do it. And what really helps is this, and I forgot to say earlier, the reason why I didn't do it early this year was because I don't have a PlayStation 4, and that's where a lot of the newer Madden games has been put on now. So the last one, Madden NFL 18, was on PlayStation 4, and I could not do it because I don't own a PlayStation 4. Technically, I have one in my house, but it's not one that would be used for filming, and it's not mine. So I would not ask the person in my house to just be like, hey, can I steal your PlayStation 4 and record videos on it? Because I just don't have enough experience on the console either, so I don't want anything happening where their profile is shown, and there's a lot that goes into it. I don't know enough about the PS4 to even know for sure if that's gonna be a bad thing. But that was the main thing with Madden NFL 18. But with the new one coming out, what was one of my favorite announcements at E3 this year was that Madden is moving back to the PC, which is huge because I love the PC, play it all the freaking time. I'm always on it, and to me it's a lot more easier to record on a computer than it is to record on a console. So I was like, fuck yeah. I hope it works, and if it does work, then we are absolutely going to do a Madden series. Would love to bring that back. That's definitely in the cards. I don't know when it'll come on. It'll really depend on when the actual Madden game comes out. I don't even know if they've announced a date for that. I know it comes out somewhat before the season. Would love to try to get it in, try to do the whole series before kickoff of the season, but we'll see. It's gonna be weird though. Part of the reason why I try to do it prior to the preseason is because there's so much that changes with the rosters between the preseason and the regular season. If I'm not on top of that, then there's a chance that it might not be successful. But what's going to help this time is that usually they have those rosters constantly updating during that time, instead of me having to go hunt down a new roster like I have in the off season. So maybe that's not as much of a big concern as I wasn't originally thinking. Not, at least now that I'm like talking about it out loud. So that's all a possibility. Again, I'm hoping to get the whole series done and going but before September 6th. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's that in terms of the whole Madden series. And because it's on the PC, I could absolutely get Go Cubs to. And that, I mean, that's up to him, but I could get him to commentate on it if he wanted to. Um, because we have Discord has this amazing game share option now, which is really cool. Or just at least screen share. So I'm definitely want to take advantage of that. So we could definitely do that. Maybe not only him, but whoever else wants to join us. We'll see. All right. So that's that. Those are the two series right now. As far as anything else at the moment, it's really, I don't know. Will again. It really depends on how much I still want to record, how much I want to experience things and enjoy things that involve filming them. Video games to me have become a little bit more enjoyable since I stopped recording, and that's a problem for this channel because now it kind of makes it not as great, unfortunately. And probably not as active, and probably losing people who would be wanting to watch this shit, so, and all this is just to facilitate, some things that I want to do, and it's not going to be anything that I'm expecting people to be watching. People are probably not even watching this, but I'm doing it anyway because it makes me feel good. It's therapeutic in a way. So, look, just being honest about it. I'm not going to be sitting here just being like, oh my god, I have to make sure I tell my thousands of adoring fans where I'm at. No one gives a flying fuck. And that's not me trying to show myself. It's just being honest. There's no one really that cares about my YouTube channel. So, just putting it out there. Anyways, I'm sidetracking right now. Last thing I wanted to bring up was my Twitter, because if some have noticed in the last few days that I have put my Twitter on lock, and that doesn't mean that you can't follow me. It's totally fine. I will probably still accept every single follower that comes my way, unless it seems like you're kind of a bot or whatever. I will still let you follow me. I've gotten kind of aggressive on Twitter lately. I think it's because of the political climate and for just general other things, but I would still very much care to have you look at my tweets if you want, but that's just, I prefer to put it on private anyway, because if there is something that I say that, probably I would never try to say anything offensive, because that's just not who I am. But if there is something that I say and it somehow gets back to my work, that would not be a good thing. So I put it on lock for a reason. But I will still put trust in people who are following me that, it won't get back to them. And again, I really try not to tweet anything that would throw a red flag out there. I usually just commentate on things. I talk mostly football, man. That's really gonna get me in trouble. Just certain political things that I'm just angry with that might get me. And there was one tweet a few days ago that I said that I kind of regretted afterwards. So there'll be times where I say something and then I'll probably take it back. So, anyways, so that's the Twitter. And in addition to that, some videos on this channel, not all, but some of the videos that I had webcam in, I've taken down. Mostly the recent ones, because I don't feel like going back and privating every single video that I put out there. But I think the further that I go back in terms of the private, in terms of the webcam videos, it wouldn't really matter, because when they were filmed when I was in high school, or this whole channel was on the college. So everything that I've gone through in college was, that was kind of why I was doing webcam videos. So I kind of removed the ones that when I was working at my job, or just, anything that I just felt was like unnecessary. I kind of privated, but I didn't private any of the videos that I've made beyond that. But I will try to inform and be transparent about what changes I make on the channel itself, to kind of just be like, hey, look, I'm not trying to be a dick. I just gotta do what I think is best. So yeah, it's been a long rant video. I was expecting this to be a little bit shorter, but I was sitting here at night and I was just kind of like, I'm thinking about my channel. I feel like I want to throw up one vlog video to maybe make as my new channel trailer. It's an interesting way to meet me. Just be like, hey, what up? If you're new here, great. I don't upload anything. But again, you're going to start seeing activity when the fall comes. Definitely the podcast, hopefully the Madden series. Again, that also depends on my computer. And the podcast will depend on availability, but I really think that we will be in terms of the season. That football is what matters to me, and it's part of my actual job too. So I need to kind of keep track of it. So I'll be involved with the podcast. Don't worry about that. Yeah. So for anyone who cares, thank you for listening. It's all good. I everything in life is really my life has gotten a lot better over the last 4 years, and I can contribute. I could definitely point at this channel being one of the contributing factors, because it just gave me a way to express myself and be who I am and enjoy YouTube. Even though I never grew a community, I still kind of felt, it's all, like I said earlier, it felt very therapeutic making these videos. So I think anyone out there who got to experience my videos over the past few years, even before MMG, back when the Mr. Wee Maniac, all those who have enjoyed my videos over the years, who have been a part of my videos, I thank all of you. You've been part of quite a fun, quirky journey, and it's really made me a better person today than I could have ever imagined. And really, a lot of the friends I have today is because of YouTube. So I have nothing but gratitude to YouTube and to Twitch and to all these people out there who are making Let's Plays. Some of my inspirations, right now, I mean, just get started was, Red Panda Gamer and Gassy Mexican and Sea Nanners and Gold Glove and, Ant Venom, Chimney Swift, I have a whole bunch. I'm not going to be able to name all of them. Right now, Game Grumps is a main inspiration for me. There's a lot of people I want to thank, but there's just no way. I'm not in a mental space to actually, list everyone. But, you know who you are. You know how much you mean to me. This is, and I know this sounds like a goodbye video. It's not. I'm gonna have more videos coming, but it's just, it's gonna be a while before it's to a consistent and a everyday thing, and if it ever is gonna be that way. So once again, thank you for anyone who gave a shit. And if you don't, that's totally fine too. You live your life, you're doing good, that's all good to me. That's all that matters. But for those who did, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video, which let's see, maybe it'll be Madden. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Be good to one another. Be kind to one another. Especially now. And I'll see you guys next time.